What if I told you that you were never meant to scroll past this video? Think about it. Out of billions of videos and thousands of distractions pulling at your attention, somehow you landed here, right now, listening to these words. Does that feel random to you? Nothing in this world happens by accident. Not the way the stars align, not the way the winds shift direction, and certainly not the way you found yourself here in this exact moment. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign that Allah wants you to hear something today. But the real question is, will you listen? Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you something that could change your life forever. Something that could awaken a truth inside you, a truth that has been buried for far too long. And by the end of this video, you will never look at your struggles, your dreams, or your purpose the same way again. So pay attention, because this is not just another video. This is a message you cannot afford to ignore. Have you ever felt lost? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, something always feels missing? You wake up every morning, go through the motions of life, work, eat, sleep, repeat. On the outside, everything seems fine, but deep inside, there's a voice, a restlessness, an ache you can't explain. Maybe you tell yourself, I should be happy, right? I have everything I need. So why do I still feel so empty? Or maybe you've worked hard, you've chased success, you've built something for yourself, and yet the moment you reach the top, you realize it's not enough. Or worse, you look around and see people who have it all, money, fame, a perfect life, and yet even they look just as lost. What does it mean? What does it mean when no amount of success fills the void? What does it mean when even the richest, most powerful people in the world end up feeling alone, depressed, or unfulfilled? Let me tell you something. That feeling you have, that deep, aching void in your heart, it's not a curse, it's a sign that Allah is calling you, a reminder that this world was never meant to satisfy you. But the question is, are you listening or are you drowning out His call? Listen carefully. If you feel lost, if your heart feels heavy, if you are stuck in a cycle of sadness, stress, or purposelessness, it is not because something is wrong with you. It is because Allah has placed a test in front of you, a test that most people ignore, a test that could change everything. A question from Allah. And here's the part that will shock you, that dream inside you, that restlessness in your soul, that feeling that you were meant for more, that is not random. That is Allah putting a question in your heart. Will you follow my path or will you chase an illusion? You see, in the Quran, Allah tells us again and again, verily in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. But what do? We chase happiness and everything else. Money, status, people, entertainment. We run after distractions, hoping that something, anything will fill the void. And every single time we end up right back where we started, empty, lost, searching for meaning in a world that was never meant to give it to us. The illusion most never escape. And here's the worst part. Most people never wake up from this illusion. They ignore the signs. They drown in distractions. They keep running until one day their time runs out. Don't let that be you, because this, right here, right now, is your wake-up call. This is your sign from Allah. The only question is, will you pay attention? A story of two men. Let me tell you a story. There were once two men. Both were given the same opportunities. Both received the same signs. Both had the same choices, but they took two very different paths. The first man paid attention. He looked at his struggles and realized, this is Allah testing me. So he changed. He started praying with focus. He let go of the sins that were pulling him down. He built discipline step by step. And even when life got hard, he said, I trust Allah. I will keep going. And do you know what happened? His entire life changed. Not because the struggles disappeared, but because he saw them differently. The second man, he ignored the signs. He numbed his pain with distractions. He kept telling himself, I'll fix my life later. But later never came, because one day His time was up. Your choice. My friend, right now, you are standing where those two men once stood. Two choices, two paths. One leads to growth, success, and something greater than you can imagine. The other? Well, you already know where that leads. So tell me, which path will you take? Your moment of decision, purpose, or regret? Those are the only two outcomes. So ask yourself, which path will you choose? Because this, right here, right now, is your moment of decision. If you want to change your life, if you want to feel peace, purpose, and true success, there's only one thing you need: discipline. Without discipline, your faith will crumble. Without discipline, your dreams will die. Without discipline, you will always wonder, what if? So right now, make a decision. Will you stay the same, or will you wake up and start living the life Allah created you for? Because listen carefully. You were never meant to be weak. You were never meant to be lost. You were never meant to settle for less. Allah created you with purpose, so it's time to start acting like it. The Ummah is waiting. Look around you. The Ummah is waiting. Our people need leaders, thinkers, strong believers who rise above their struggles and change the world. And that starts with you. Because when you change your life, you inspire others to change theirs. Imagine if every Muslim embraced their true potential, if we all woke up with discipline, focus, and faith, we could change everything. Don't ignore this message. If this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Let's build a generation of strong, disciplined Muslims together. Because you were meant to hear this today. Don't ignore it.